Hey there, folks. It's 10:02 a.m., September 7th, 2016, Wednesday. Taking a break in between packages to bring something up that's kind of important. Actually, a couple things. Trying to prove a point that's imperative to your waking up, to your hearing message, receiving message, understanding what you're receiving and how it's being given to you and what the problems are with how it's delivered and why you have that problem. On the other side, they have the old format is being replaced, but it's not done yet. I mean, it's not really hardly even started. It's floating around. You have a bunch of ninnies running around trying to do this, trying to do that. No one knows what to do, and they all have their own little agendas. A lot of them are really good people that are trying to do something, and they're all screwed up. Don't have no idea what they're doing. The original first being male and female did this trillions of times. They ran trillions of lives before they ever came close to getting something right. And these folks are trying to do it in days. You know, it ain't going to happen. Okay. You need a big piece of lily, old mature lily from the very beginning, and you need a big piece of arrow from the very beginning. A big piece of arrow is waiting to go home, will be soon, one way or the other. The big part of lily, she's on the other side already, but she's healing. She won't be coming out until after the arrow gets himself put together. He has to help in her healing. Okay, having said that, lots of times the other side will give you a message, and they'll give you an image, and then they want you to guess what the image is. The pictures are worth 1,000 words, sometimes more. Well, gee, I gave you the image. Now you guess it. I did my job. Yeah, screw you. I mean, that's the way it's always been. Why has it always been like that? Is because the original first being male and female wanted you to strive to suffer, trying to understand. The harder they made it for you to understand, the more stress you went through. And then the more, which would make you grow more, plus the more difficult they'd make it for you to for you to actually wake up, for you to become aware of what's going on, for you to be able to trust what you see. I was just told a second ago to look at the clock that's up on my laptop. I got a clock up there. The phone's right here in my pocket. I don't have time. I got a very serious meeting with the head of my law firm, the founder. Whoa, stop it, Lily. Oh, no, it's me. It's not Lily. Anyway, me outside the body in just a few minutes. And I have to hurry and get this done. I got to talking to a friend here in just a little bit. He's family. He's going to be doing stuff, so I went ahead and gave him a consult. I'm trying not to do that because I got to get, but the other side keeps screwing everything up, keep me in body, and it's like sooner or later Herky's going to go, and when he goes, I'm gone. The next moment, no. Very, very, very soon afterwards, yes. Anyway, so they give you a message, and it's like, okay, you see the picture. They can talk to you just in any language, in any body, on any planet. Remember who I told you are when you're not in your body. When the strongest part of you is not shoved into a body as much as it can fit. Excuse me. When the main part of you is shoved in a body like that, you don't have access to who you really are. Your intelligence is ridiculous, okay? You're huge. Your energy, your free spirit, your clarity is ridiculous because you don't have part of you shoved into it. It's like you being shoved into it's like your head, your whole body, face first, being shoved into a shot glass full of tar. Okay? So anyway, they don't though. Well, they need to understand they need to do it that way. I mean, everything is changing. You can't have creation going on for, I think it's like 2,630 34 point something trillion, no, 2000.634 something or other, point something or other, trillion, quintillion or something, whatever comes after that, I don't know. That's how many years creation's been having lives. Folks, it's been going on a long time. It takes a while to change. Should have brought some water up. The change starts immediately. It's already kind of started, but it's just all disheveled. It's all screwed up. It will start happening soon. So the way you get message is really screwed up now. It'll get better soon. Okay, give it some time next year. Okay, it will get better. It'll be made to the way it needs to be, where you can talk with your spirit back and forth. It's going to be such a normal, everyday thing for those people who are awake that more people are going to want to be awake. And those people that don't want to be awake, they're not coming back in bodies. That's how you make change from the other side, second dimension. This is the third. And like always, I like to give you a for instance, okay? On the other side, you know, everybody wants to go for this prophecy thing. Hey, if you see something, talk about it, but as you do before and after, you need to state, this is what I'm being shown right now, this is what I'm being told right now, do not count on it happening, but it just might. We don't know. Something, the most incredibly powerful thing on the other side can put something in motion to make something happen and actually show it to you. You can actually see it happening in the neighboring timeline. It'll be on the left-hand side of your lifeline. But at the last minute, it might make a change to where it doesn't happen. That happens. And then that leaves you looking like you don't know what you're talking about. And then you use the word psychic on top of that. You're covered in mud. You're covered in tar. Well, you're covered in tar anyway, but that kind of throws more tar on you. Yeah, okay, I said I was going to give you an example about that. Part of my energy came to me today, and it's the part of me outside the body, and it said, look, you won't be able to see it until it's time. But there's new change. I woke up this morning, things felt a lot better, because yesterday was crazy, insane, trying to keep me from getting a package out to part of Ara, out across the Atlantic. And I just got fed up, went nuts, and I went crazy killing stuff on the other side. Little pieces of Lily and Ara that were stupid, wouldn't listen, arrogant, dead. There's not a whole lot of it left over there that's problematic like that. So then I was told by my own self outside of body that, you know, in the morning you wake up, you'll see strong change. I have. I did. So did so have my other family members. Siobhan out in Ireland, of course, precious Deanna over here. I haven't had a chance to talk with Berjou and Paul yet. It's been crazy. Then he showed me, he fed me some energy, and he's saying it's time to move things along. And then sometimes he'll throw a rune in my head, or somebody throws a rune in my head. I look at it. When you get a message, first look at it, see who it is, okay? So the message came into my head, and it wasn't a rune. I played with a couple of runes in the morning when that part of me was asking me to. It's like an affirmation of what you get told something, and then you pull runes or cards or something, and it tells you the same thing. Then guess what? That's a pretty good affirmation that at least you're getting the message right. Does not mean that's what's going to happen. Do not hold on to that. That's why prophecy has to be a farce. Okay, has it happened? Yes. Was it true? Yes. Okay, you can see something that might happen, but you don't know. Okay, I got to hurry and get going. So anyway, then he showed me, put in my head the picture of a card. If you go to earthmagic.net, Dr. Stephen D. Farmer, he doesn't flow the source way. He doesn't understand things that way. That's not how he was raised, and you know what he's doing. Find a way he is. I've talked to him a few times. Sat in on one of his classes. Loved the hell out of that. Went to it. Sat there with him is what I'm trying to say. Years and years and years ago. He's awesome. He called on bare energy, and he was calling on the bare energy to come through, but what he doesn't actually realize is he pulled the bare energy out of himself. He's source. He's got everything in there. When I saw that, I said, oh, fracking cool. Maybe one day I can tell him. Anyway, you can get free do free card readings at earthmagic.net. And then I've mentioned also www.facade.com, FACADE.com. You can pull different cards, that you can access different tarot cards and runes and get a free reading. They're hoping you'll do something with them and spend some money. Nice thing for them to do. So anyway, I was told a couple things, pulled a couple runes, everything matched. I said, fine. You know, I mean, I know this routine. Also, I got my head worked on last night, hard, and that actually by me. And that helps us do final adjustments, okay? There's a lot of reasons for this. Jay's so weak, you know, he has to use cards. And I don't have to use them when I need to. When it suits me, I do. And by the way, those of you that want to say that, can you go into someone's brain and make it grow and evolve them and awaken their abilities, not just the size of their brain and their fortitude? No, you can't. So there's some guy who called himself... I heard about it from someone else, Slaughterhouse or something, and you don't have the right, don't think you can say stuff and not turn off your comments, and it's just a little punk kid, you know. He's nothing. He's kind of like a leaf floating by, falling out of a tree, but leaves have more value than him, and those kind of people, you know, you just let those idiots go. But anyway, so this part of... my energy showed me this picture. It's called Ebb and Tide, and it's got a picture of the ocean where it's on the beach, and the water's coming up. Like when the water goes on the beach, it goes up and then down. It's just kind of soft moving, let things happen. And I saw the card, and I saw the card come alive in my head before I ever went to the website. And then all of a sudden, I saw the waves go bam, bam, crashing, going nuts. And I'm like, okay, whatever this is kind of serious. So I'm talking with him, and I'm saying, okay, you're talking about water, about waves. You know, as I'm trying to talk with him, he's throwing words back and forth. We're throwing words and images back and forth, and he's talking about waves. And I felt him. His energy was kind of pissed. It was strong, but tired of the shit, quote unquote, is what his energy was. Remember, it's part of me. It's just the outer weaker part hanging around outside, but it's out of the body. And not cutting it down, I'm just trying to explain something simple. It is what it is, whatever. I'm a tired old fart, you know, so what, big deal, that's what I am. So he showed me that card, and then he goes, go to earthmagic.net, where you can do a free reading real quick, instead of finding my own cards or something. So I went there, clicked on it, guess what? That's the card that came up. And then I got another card, and then he said one more. He said, I'm going to make this happen. It's time for them to see this strength, the power of what you are. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't have any faith in it. Okay, if it happens, fine. If it doesn't, fine. Either way, it's someone else. It's not me. If I tell you I'm going to do something, damn it, I'm going to do everything I can to make that happen. Once I'm out of my body, nothing can stop that from being the case. But when I'm stuck in a body, I'm screwed, just like everyone else. Trying to get these packages out. I mean, they did everything they could to keep me from getting there. I got into the place with 2 minutes to spare. I had to go back and forth twice. Kept making me forget shit. I was just like, really? The cloud over your head, push you forward. You know, got to go. It's insane. But that's what I go through, not you. Okay. So anyway, there's some others that are like that. Burju, Paul, Deanna. You know, they all get put through it. Poor Anne. She's going through hell. But anyway, well, she does on and off. All right. So then after that, it was activation, and then the next card was childhood innocence, which means you and me start on a fresh, you know, page, and let's just get this done. Let's see it through a child's eyes, like a brand new perspective on something. And then the next one was lightning. He said, "I'm going to make this happen now." And then after that, there was another card. I forget what it was, but anyway. Good boy, Herky, honey. Good boy. I know I'm trying to hurry. So I said, okay, that's great. Whatever. I was getting away from that. Then trying to get on with other things I had to do. And he had already told me, you won't be able to see this until I make it happen. I'm like, well, whatever. Fine. If it does, fine, folks. If it doesn't, fine. I understand how this works. Okay, that's not the biggest part of what I am outside of my body. The bigger part might override it. Something else might be happening. But then he came over to me and said, "I'm going to shake the ground." That earthquake in New Zealand was Ara. It was shallow, but it was pretty strong. The earthquake in Oklahoma, that was Gaia. That was just Gaia. Again, shallow but strong, just moving on top of the plates, shuffling stuff up. And when these underground bases are taken care of, they go down kind of deep. But one of these earthquakes tears up the upper part of the crust under the ocean. It's going to make some waves, but at the same time, it's not going to be a huge, incredibly abusive tsunami. It is going to tear up the bases. I said a long time ago, when it happens, it's going to be a minimum of damage to produce maximum effect. And of course, more animals, herds, are getting attacked with lightning. The lightning's being amped up by air, starting to take stuff home. I promise that this stuff was supposed to start happening early 2016. You know where we're at because of all the stupidity on the other side keeping me in this damn body. Anyway, I gotta go. Something like that might happen. I'm told it will. I have no faith in that until after it happens and I see. When I'm out of my body, I'll make what I am inside comes out of this body. When I am my real self, I want to make something happen. It's going to happen. So I'll be able to talk to Burju, Paul, Deanna, Siobhan, Anne. Trying to say Siobhan and Anne at the same time. Trying to hurry. They'll tell you. It'll happen. So anyway, look, folks, that's what's going on with message. It will settle down, but right now it's still crazy. And it's not being done the way it needs to, but it will be. Folks, love you, man. Have a good one, and see you later.